Excellent. Hi there, Barbara. How are you?
Hi, Marcy. Good, thanks. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm really excited to have you back on. And I know the last time we interviewed you and Rob, my computer went completely dead in the middle and it didn't record anything. So
Oh,
we
dear.
get a second chance to hear your version of life in Nicaragua. And mostly I want to focus on some of the great things that you guys experienced. And I just have a few questions. A lot of people that are coming onto this call, that's their biggest thing is, what's it like living there? What's it like on the ground? So one of the questions I guess I could start with, if you don't mind, is, what made you even look at Nicaragua? Do you remember the impetus to go there in the beginning?
Oh, well, we had been to a talk about Nicaragua, and a Canadian was marrying a Nicaraguan, and then we decided we would go into business with him, with that couple. And then we bought land down there and started a development project. And we decided we better to be in the country because we were coming and going so much.
Hmm.
And so we moved down there with our family.
Awesome. Wow, I didn't know
Mhm.
that part of the story. That's how it actually started. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good to know. So you have some business development down there, and then you went down with your two boys. And how old were they at the time when you went down?
They were in grade one and grade two, so six and seven.
So quite young.
They were quite
And
young.
from a mom and a dad perspective, what did you think was the best thing about this for your kids in terms of, the country and culture, and what were the best things that you saw happen for them?
Oh my goodness, they still talk about it today. It's such a beautiful country and it's so, so different from here. And I think all the natural beauty, it just sort of takes your breath away. The climate, it's so warm. You immediately relax and feel, I don't know how to explain it, but you feel very happy to be there. And culturally, it was a wonderful experience because the people are so warm. It's very family oriented, and
Mm-hmm.
we were just blown away by how families all do everything together. And because we were our own small family, they embraced us. So everybody took us in with their big families, and it was a great experience. And the people really love life and they're always having some kind of a celebration for this or that. So we found that we were always getting invited to things.
Not lovely. So
I
you never
know.
felt like the gringos coming into their territory and being kind of separate at all. You didn't go through that.
Never, ever, ever. The
That's
people are
lovely.
not jaded whatsoever. They're very sweet, very even tempered, and they loved actually having new people there.
I
Yeah.
felt that when I was there too. They were very excited to meet us Canadians. And what would you tell people? I know you've been to other parts of Central America, right? You've been to Mexico. Have you been to Costa Rica as well? I know Rob
Uh,
has.
my husband has, I haven't, but we've been to like, gosh, 15 parts of Mexico over the years.
So
So many times.
how would you compare, like, people looking at Mexico as a place to move their family versus, or what your experience was versus coming to Nicaragua with your family?
I think they're completely different because Nicaragua is not as developed. So because it's newer, it has a completely different feel. It doesn't have all the hard sell and everything that happens in Mexico. It's
Hmm.
very laid back and you can actually relax and get into your lifestyle right away. I
Hmm.
think it's very refreshing.
Lovely. I felt that too. Not
You too?
overdeveloped, not too. People were not that sophisticated, which is kind of nice.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you made friends too, you and Rob as well.
Oh, we made the nicest friends. In fact, we're saying when we go back, we really want to touch base with them again. They're just so nice, the people, and made for, yeah, and they include you in things. And then you start to really get into, the way they eat and the things they like to do, which are a little bit different from our culture. And that was exciting. And of course, the language is just wonderful. I'm a more of a linguist kind of person. I did some Spanish courses before I went there. And I would advise that if people can't even do just an adult language course or Duolingo, anything Rosetta Stone, it's very nice to be able to communicate with people. I think it's so important, even if you can just try a little, you know.
Yeah. No, I was doing Duolingo every day when I was there. I was right on it. I'll get back to it. Another question I get a lot from people, and this is because of the news media talking about the political upheavals with the Sandinistas years ago. I mean, what was your experience around the politics while you were living in the country? And I know that was some years ago, but what was your experience with that, if at all?
Yeah, there were no politics. To me, it was just a country that had been kind of left out of development for a while. I think it was 16 years. And actually, that worked in its favor because it was a country that hasn't quite caught up. And that was part of the beauty
Mm,
and simplicity of the country. We never saw anything, we never heard anything, we never had a minute's worry regarding anything of political nature when we were there. It was nothing happened, nothing.
nothing. And today I hear the same thing from the other couple that I'm interviewing tomorrow. They're living there now 6 years in the area right near Playa Tesoro, where our development is. And so when you first saw Playa Tesoro, which is this big virgin piece of beach, what was your vision at that time?
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe the only thing there was this man and woman kind of taking care of the property for us, living in a little hut, this older Nicaraguan couple. And I was like, this is unbelievable. If this was anywhere else in the world, it would be so overdeveloped. And we were
Mhm.
the only people who went swimming. I think we had lunch with that older couple, and then we went on our merry way. And we just thought it was gorgeous.
Yep. And so your kids and yourselves being there for, I think you were there for almost 6 months, right? In that.
Yes, we lived there for 6 months.
Yeah, and you've been back many, many times. Have you seen any changes over the years that you would note in your mind, like things are different than they were when you first went?
I think the change is now there are a few, you can go more places. Like, say, for example, people are interested, if they're foodies, there are better restaurants. If you go to some of the towns like Leon, Managua, Granada, there are more attractions. That part, and that's really nice because you might want that change. You might not always want to have it so rustic.
Yeah.
Um, there are a few more services. It's no problem like finding dry cleaners or pharmacists. Apparently now there are beautiful hospitals.
Mhm.
So I think that part's really good, that development, and of course it helps their economy. So I would have to say that their economy is doing well, better than it was before, and the people really need jobs. So anything too that we can offer in this project to give
Mhm.
jobs to Nicaraguans is so appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Well, we intend on that. We got a lot of entrepreneurs coming into the community, and everybody seems to
Yeah.
want to have not just a place to retire on a beach and drink Mai Tai all day or play golf. They actually want to be involved in the community. So, and
Yeah.
you did get a little involved, like any type of work or volunteer stuff or anything that your kids were involved in with sports. What was that looking like?
Well, I guess for us, we had a staff, so we employed local people and a lot of them. So we were super busy. I was the designer for our company, and my husband
Mhm.
was the vice president. And so we had a lot of people under us, and they were very dedicated, and that helped out their families a lot. We got involved with the families, contributing. The biggest thing down there for education is children can't go to school unless they have uniforms.
Oh,
So that's very expensive. So if you can help out by buying uniforms, then they can go to school.
oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I know Rachel talks about the volunteer work she's doing, teaching kids swimming and so on, and teaching the moms their yoga. And in the beginning, they weren't as trusting, and then after a time, they're like opening right up. So, what were
Nice.
some of your favorite memories? Maybe just a couple of quick ones before we wrap up. Favorite things that
Oh,
you remember
there's
about.
one. I think our absolute favorite is Laguna del Pollo, which is a lake it was a volcanic lake. And the first time we went there, we couldn't believe it. Little pieces of the volcanic rock are all floating in the lake. So as you're swimming, you're picking up these little pieces of rock, and it's in an oasis of absolute beauty. Like you think you've died and gone to heaven. And swimming there with the kids was just a riot. Yeah, the
Mhm.
water floats so easily on the water.
Nice, nice. So what would be like a description of a perfect day for your family in that time?
Well, the day starts super early, like in
Mm,
all Latino,
mm,
tropical cultures. There's a real vibe, and you can hear people, music playing, people are cooking outside. So you get into the spirit of the day. Um, and then, you get going on your little outing wherever you're going, or you might go to a market, and then you need some downtime because you don't want to be out in the hot, hot sun in the middle of the day. And then in
mhm,
the evening, connect with another family and do something special. It's just like every day, there's always something to do.
mhm. So you got to see a lot more of the country than just the one area you were in.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much to see. You can plan trips all the time. And we found the highways in really great condition.
I noticed that when we were there, they were fantastic, like
They were,
absolutely from San Juan del Sur all the way to where we got off the highway to go down to our property. It was just beautiful, very well maintained, really
yes.
quality. And I didn't hear anything about crime at all. So when you were there, you didn't experience anything like that, or people you know, there
We
was
never
nothing.
had anything. I began driving my third week there. I would just go by myself. We had one car that we shared, and I would go everywhere. I joined a tennis club when I was there. It was really fun, really inexpensive, really nice people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it was easy.
Yeah, and I guess cost of living is a lot different for us in Canada compared to there, especially now. Cost of food, cost of entertainment, of gas. Was there anything that surprised you?
The only thing that's expensive down there are things that are North American things. So, say for example, you want to have athletic clothing or athletic shoes, you will really pay for it. So I'd recommend bringing your own. But
Mhm.
anything else you want to buy that's locally made is inexpensive.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
heard too. Like the kids that want their designer sneakers or something, or
Oh,
their clothes,
yeah.
they're gonna pay. Bring them with.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you and Rob and the family down there the next
Yeah,
time
me
we all
too, Marcy. It'd be
gather
great.
around on the pool and beach and have ourselves a drink and toast to this wonderful project, which
It's so much
started because of
fun.
you guys. Really, I would never
Oh,
have known about Nicaragua. Really would have.
oh,
Yeah. So
so
thank you.
great. I look
Thank
forward to it
you.
too. Well, thanks a lot.
You bet. Well, you
Okay,
have a great day and we will see you soon.
okay, you too. Bye
Thanks,
now.
sir. Bye bye.
Bye bye.